Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on today. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Also, I want to encourage you all to start getting your platinum memberships. Start renewing your platinum memberships because I'm going to lace you guys with some stuff. I already got some information. I've been trying to get some confirmation on something else so I can drop a bomb. I already had something else that I wanted to share with you all even before I got this information the other day. But as I was getting ready to share it, they was like, wait, don't do that. We can't share stuff too soon because of course I care more about the case, and I don't want to compromise anything or get anybody hurt or anything like that, right? So we that particular thing that I've been knowing now for a couple weeks, I'll drop. I'll be able to drop in a little while. But this right here, once I get confirmation on something else, um, I will be able to. I'm going to put it in the platinum, and it is a bombshell. Okay. Well, it'll be like, well, everybody already knew, but it's still like a bombshell, right? But I want to talk about, are they getting ready to no, they are getting ready to lay the hammer down on the criminals in Memphis and fill up the private prisons. As you guys know, I've been preaching about this forever, and I knew that this would happen. I said, crime pays. Whenever they start arresting Black boys and putting them all in jail, as Black women, we're always screaming on every rooftop, we can't do that to little Johnny. We can't do that to little Pat. We can't do that to little Rufus and all of them. You can't do that to our men. Okay. So what they did was they had a strategy, to allow crime to get out of control, I do believe, so that people could throw their hands up and say, you mother suckers are gonna have to do something and something has to happen. I've been saying this for over a year, and I said they would say, aha, we got them in a position that we want to get them in. Now we can fill up the private prisons and change the laws. Okay. Now that was just there was just a conference. Now it was about reform, and I ended up calling my friend who he owns several he owns a lot of bonding companies, right? I'm actually working with him right now, and his parents are judges, right? So I said, now you tell me and sum it up because he goes to the Senate and he's something else where he presents stuff to the Senate and all of that. I believe he's a lobbyist too. But he kind of broke it down to me what is going on. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it, but I want to let you all listen to this, okay?
As well as all the other individuals you see with us today. We are looking forward to finding opportunities to work collaboratively with the state Democrats and Republicans to craft solutions that are going to combat violent crime in our community. We all know that our approach has to be comprehensive. We have to make sure that violent criminals are taken off the streets. And we also know that in order to be comprehensive in our approach to public safety, we must be expanding beyond law enforcement in our courts. We need to invest in the programs that are going to intervene in the lives of those that are headed down the wrong path, as well as those that will prevent young people from taking that route in the first place. This is something that you've heard me say many, many times. It's a small subset of our population that is wreaking havoc all throughout our community and in other communities across the state. And I don't say that because I want to minimize the problem. I'm saying that in order to stress the point that it is a solvable problem. This is something that we can do together, and it's something that as a city we will do. Memphis was recently named the largest city in America with the highest number of African Americans per capita, more than any city in this country. I want to make sure that that is a designation that we hold with honor, that we hold with dignity. It's one that only we can claim. When people think of Memphis, we want them to think of Black wealth, Black culture, a city that has a soul and a swagger that can't be replicated. That's the vision that we have and the path forward for our city. But in order to get there, we're going to have to address the issues that we have around crime. On all sides of the aisle, this isn't about partisanship. This is about us. This is about our city, our state. And we're on a mission. And I've said it before. We're on a mission to support the people of the city of Memphis. And I'm glad that we have partners in the state who want to work with us to achieve that goal. 2 weeks ago, we stood in this very same space and we met as a bipartisan task force around public safety. Many of the individuals you see here today were here then. And it's my hope that today's announcement will continue the bipartisan collaboration because we might not agree on everything. Make it clear, we're not going to agree on everything. But we all agree that we need to break the cycle of violence. And we all agree that we want safer communities in Memphis and across this state. So I'm going to introduce Speaker Cameron Sexton and allow him to say some remarks, and you'll get the program from there. Thank you.
In the language, we want to also insert that when they do deny or accept bail, that they have to tell us why they did or did not, which gives you transparency of understanding why that decision was made and hopefully comfort that it's not being abused when we had that level of transparency. So we're hopeful that we're going to move this forward. I appreciate all the members of the General Assembly who are here, Republicans and Democrats, who support Memphis, who support Tennessee, who support working in a bipartisan fashion to make sure that we keep our communities safe. And with that, I will introduce the leader of the Senate, Majority Leader Jack Johnson.
Thank you, Speaker Sexton. It is a pleasure to be here with you today, and it's really an exciting occasion, I think. And I hope you can tell by the group that is assembled here how important this is, not only to the people of the great city of Memphis, but also how important this is to the state of Tennessee. We have Republicans, Democrats, members of the Tennessee State Senate, the Tennessee House of Representatives that are here to hopefully communicate a message that we've been trying to communicate for some time, and that is we believe in Memphis. We want Memphis to be successful, and we want to be helpful. Those of you, those
I
of us
want to, because it's a 23-minute
who
situation.
represent you at the state
I
level
wanted
and
to,
provide.
On our ballot here in a few years that gives the judicial more discretion on bail. Right now in the state constitution, we're limited based off the constitution saying that you can only deny bail. Judges can use their discretion only to deny bail for capital offenses. So you have a lot of time, and there's a lot of cases all across our state that you've seen, not just in Memphis, but all across the state, of someone who is out on bail, who is a violent criminal, who committed another violent crime shortly thereafter that took another victim. And we don't have the tools to give, due to that limiting constitutional aspect, the judges and the DAs the capability of denying bail on those violent criminals. And so what this is merely a constitutional amendment that we hope to propose this year that will be on the ballot at the next statewide race that would allow the judicial branch to have more discretion in denying bail. I think the important aspect of it too is in the language, we want to also insert that when they do deny or accept bail, that they have to tell us why they did or did not, which gives you transparency of understanding why that decision was made and hopefully comfort that it's not being abused when we had that level of transparency.
okay, now I'm gonna stop it right there because we can go on and on and on, and that's a 23-minute situation. And I don't want to run it for 23 minutes. I just wanted you all to hear that part because, and then they went on to talk about Paul Young made a good point at the end and speaking about also changing laws. And those people that you see standing right there, those are the lawmakers. You know, we get mad at the police about everything, but those are the people in the state of Tennessee who can change these laws, right? To make sure that these criminals, um, that is not a revolving door. Now, I'm all for changing the laws, but when you start talking about the bond reform, the bail reform, and that could be a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing is that when you're giving the judges more discretion to hold them, they could hold them based on anything, right? They could hold them based on anything and not give them a bond. And they can come up with any reason why they didn't. Um, they named a whole lot of different crimes or whatever. He was saying that as it relates to why they would be, them make it would be their discretion or whatever on whether to hold them or not. They named quite a bit of different crimes like rape and second degree murder and all of that. But the thing about it is, as I said before, the laws and things could have been changed, and they're getting ready to do that. That's exactly what they're getting ready to do. And crime is so out of control. I'm not fussing. I'm not fussing about them doing finally getting ready to do something about the crime. Although they're only doing something about the crime because this was a plan anyways. They're getting ready to. They're building private prisons. They have private prisons up in Tennessee. They're getting ready to fill them up with a lot of African American men, and we're giving the judge more discretion on holding them and not giving them bond. Um, I don't know. That could be like a double edged sword. Um, because it was explained to me they could hold them if this passes. They could hold them in those private prisons and not give them bond, even if there is not enough evidence to even for them to even do that, right? And so that's why I say this plan has been this is something that they had put into play a long time ago. I think it was when they got into them back rooms. This was the plan, and because so many people are tired of the crime, okay, um hey, they're gonna go along with it. And like I said, no, I'm not mad about stopping the crime. I'm just crime because it has to be stopped. I'm kind of mad at the energy behind it, right? Because there's always a plan for black people, especially black men. But I'm also mad at a lot of these black men because they have absolutely lost their mind. They've lost their rabbit ass minds. All of this crime that is going on, the majority of it is being committed by them. And I know a lot of people say, well, you always had be hard on the black men. Well, I'm look at what a lot of the black men are doing. When we see all of these crimes and stuff on TV, these carjackings, these people being taken out, it's happening in the black community. And so people say to me, well, it's happening in the white community too. So why you have to be so hard on the black people? Sis? White people sis do it too. That's one of my pet peeves. I get so damn tired of black people hollering about all the time that why you hard on the black people? The white mans is do it. Black people feel like anything is okay if the white folks do it. Well, the white folks do it. So why you mad at me for doing the white people sis do it? Okay, and so just because white people are committing heinous crimes, you trying to tell me it should be okay for black people to do it? Are you saying that they set the standard and we're not supposed to have our own minds? Hell, it's wrong when they do it. I'm in the black community. I'm not in the white community. Okay? I'm in the black community. And so I knew that this was going to happen. They get ready to put the hammer down. Okay? You saw them white lawmakers standing back there, okay? And they get ready to get rich off of them private prisons, just like the private prisons had pulled the record execs into the back rooms and started funding the record companies and things of that nature. These are billionaires. They get ready to fill up the pockets of these lawmakers. They made sure that crime was absolutely out of control. And it is. It is. That was the plan. Let it get as bad as it can get. so then we could put our plan into effect, right? And so the sad thing about it is you're going to see a lot of Black men who aren't necessarily really committing real violent crimes, or they just suspect. They're gonna hold him in jail if they suspect he did it. Okay, they ain't got to give him bond if they just suspect it. Okay, he's been implicated in a crime or whatever, and they don't even really have the evidence to keep him in there, right? And so the sad thing about it is that you see a lot of Black men who could be productive to their community. They're going to be the ones affected, because I'm gonna tell you something. Little Rufus, them that ain't got a damn thing. They don't really want them in jail. They might want their bodies because they do get money from the state for everybody that is in a bed, right? But who they want is they want a criminal. They want a little mild criminal who always hanging around people that they shouldn't be hanging around, that's got a family, that's halfway decent, that will work, that's got a family that cares about them, right? And so, when you get a little Avery, okay, who got a mama and daddy that care about him, they know little Avery's, little Avery be trying to do right. He just don't know how to stay away from the wrong crowd. So little Avery get caught up in stuff, even though he ain't did nothing. Okay. He just hanging around the wrong group of people. Avery mom and daddy gon' go get him. They gonna go and pay a lot of money for a lawyer to prove little Avery ain't did nothing. Cause my baby ain't did nothing. He ain't. He just hanging around the wrong crowd. You can't keep him away. Little Avery mom and daddy gonna make sure that they paying for that telephone, because the private prisons make a lot of money off of the telephones. Little Avery and them mama gonna make sure while he's sitting in that jail and they paying them lawyers and stuff to fight to try to get him out, they gonna let Abram, the mom gonna make sure that he laced up with that commissary, and he got all the good food, all the noodles and candy. They're gonna try to make him comfortable. See, those are the types that they want. Those that ain't got a damn thing, they don't really want them in jail. I mean, they'll take them because they get some money for filling them beds up from the state, but they want somebody that they can fill the beds up and get the money from the state, plus get the extra from their family, who gonna pay for telephone, who gonna pay for lawyers, who gonna pay for commissary, who gonna pay for all of those extras that the private prisons get rich off of, right? That's why I feel like, that, those that's really out there that ain't got nothing to lose, they don't really want them in their prison. Leave them in the black community, let them kill everybody. Give me somebody who got some relatives that care a little bit about them, that care something about them, that's got some money to put into the system. Because who fights harder for a relative than who fights harder for somebody other than parents or relatives that know that they relative ain't really that ain't did nothing, right? Because I would do it. If I knew my child was standing out there with a bunch of damn fools, after I done told them not to, but they done got caught up in something, right? They passing these reforms where it's at the judge's discretion. Well, maybe he didn't do nothing, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna give him a bond, okay? Because we got to figure this out. Because they were all together. Who's gonna fight harder than a parent that know that their child did not do anything and got the resources to do it, right? Okay. They already know Lil Rufus been in and out of jail, and he living from pillar to post. He ain't got nobody looking out for him. They don't really want Rufus. Okay. And so these are the types of games that they play. That's why I said, they're getting ready to lay the hammer down. But I try to tell these damn fools, when they was out here committing all these crimes, these folks have flat foot lost it. And the thing that makes me so mad about our community is oftentimes we make it easy we always talk, well, they do that to the black community. We make it easy for them to do it. But there's a lot of this stuff that they're doing, they ain't got to do. Robbing 80-something-year-old women, shooting at the police, stealing cars and going so fast on neighborhood streets that you're going 100 miles an hour and stolen cars and hitting pedestrians and keep going. Whoa, did you see that? I just hit the motherfucker and killing human beings. So I mean, everybody got their hands up. I said this last year. I said, when we throw our hands up, they waiting on the black women to do it. Because we're the ones that scream on every rooftop, you can't do that to my baby. We tired. It's a lot of people tired and they're filling up City Hall. Right. And everybody always think that they're playing chess with black people and we make it so easy. And now they're getting ready to fill them private prisons up. People don't build prisons unless they know they're going to fill them up. And they have to work with the judges and the lawmakers to be able to do that. And we see what's happening. I told y'all. My dad didn't teach me politics for nothing. I told y'all. And it's getting ready to happen. Okay. It ain't gonna be no different than what they did. You know, that's the reason why I don't give a damn about Biden. Folks are like, well, you know, we got to get Biden back in there. I said, I don't give a damn about no Biden. If Biden want to do something productive, why don't he um because him and Bill Clinton, y'all first black president. Y'all claim he was y'all first black president because he played a saxophone and he liked to screw black women. Why don't y'all have Biden, who is the highest official in the land in the United States? He was the second highest official when Obama was in there, to reverse a lot of those black men who went to jail for that three strikes bill. How about that? Right? He needs to reverse a lot of those black men who are in jail for life. They let all of them out. They ain't let all of them out. It's still a lot of productive black men that could have been productive, that they sent to jail in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the mid 90s on that three strikes bill, who are now probably living alternative lifestyles because they ain't gonna get out no more. And where they had families and women and children when they went in, okay, he might have went in Donald because he was selling some weed and got caught 3 times. When they let him out now, because that's the plan anyway, he gonna be Donna. He went in Donald and he gonna come out Donna. Okay? Because this is what they have forced up on him. And I'm not saying, hey, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not saying that it's right. Okay. But I'm just saying these are the types of games that's played. When people get behind those walls and they get depressed, you don't ever know what go through their head. And I ain't gonna never get out no more. This, and that. I may as well just live as the people in jail live. All that type of stuff go through their mind. That's what they want. Right? They in jail. They can't reproduce. They don't want them to reproduce anyways. So why don't Biden? Ain't no black man, and been saying this for over a year. No black man should be in jail for life for selling no weed, anyways. But you had black men that they were putting in jail for life on three strikes violations for traffic violations and stuff. Why don't he free them black men? Weed is legal now. So I would think that it's unconstitutional to have a man in life in jail now, especially based on that three strikes bill back then for life on some weed. Hey, I don't really think people should be in doing life for selling drugs anyways. Not unless there is some heinous crimes committed behind it. Okay? I feel like well, let me rephrase that. I feel like it is an injustice for somebody to go to jail for life for selling drugs, and you let somebody out in 6 months for raping a woman or a child, right? You got people that's doing 2 and 3 years, right, for murder. A lot of states have thrown out that third degree murder situation because really it's so messed up because on a third degree murder charge, just like some of these ones on YouTube, you could be out, right? After you done killed a woman, okay? And you got somebody because they was selling some, ain't never killed nobody, but they got pounds of weed. And I'm not promoting that. I'm telling you it's wrong. If it's illegal, don't do it. But morally, it's something wrong with that. You're going to put him in jail for 25, 30 years and let somebody else out that has committed murder, taken a human life because they was mad and violated a woman and a child. You get them 6, 7 months, if anything, sometimes probation. It's something wrong with that. Okay. Especially since, as I've always said, the government wouldn't care nothing about folks selling drugs if they paid taxes on it. That's why they made weed legal. People got these dispensaries; they're paying taxes on it, so they never gave a damn. They just don't want you getting no money that you don't pay no taxes on. That's all that is. So they still don't give a damn about the people. Okay. But they're getting ready to fill the prisons up because a lot of these people just won't stop. These black boys think they playing with them, and at this point, they think that it's cute what they're doing. They think that it's cute, but them white men, those are the ones. Those are the lawmakers, and trust me when I tell you, they're getting ready to change them laws, and they need to be changed because it can't be a revolving door. And when they say they're gonna change them, they are. They're gonna change them. Because now people are tired and whatever they do, we're gonna everybody's gonna agree with it as long as they're keeping the criminals in jail. And that's exactly what they wanted. What we should have been doing was getting our households under control, right? We should have been getting our households under control and letting these people know that we were letting the people around us, like our kids and nieces and nephews and stuff, trying to at least talk to them about this stuff before it happened. I'm talking about them committing these crimes, right? Instead of upholding it, because there are a lot of people that know what these young people are doing and they uphold it. Okay. But they're getting ready to lay the hammer down on the criminals in Memphis and fill up the private prisons. This was a plan. I told y'all they was gonna do it. I've been saying it for a year, and y'all can't say I haven't. And now it's finally getting ready to come to pass. Okay. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. But hey, the crime got to stop. These damn fools won't stop. Ain't nobody gonna get out and work hard and pull up in their driveway of their nice home that they stand on their feet all day working and back and stuff hurting. I be with the type of work that I do, I have to sit for hours. I've had to sit for 24 hours sometimes and watch something. And when I and can't move, and when I get home and pull up the next day, I get out. Sometimes my legs feel I don't know. I almost like I can't feel them. So people work hard for their stuff. Okay, don't nobody want Junebug. What Junebug sitting waiting on me to get out of my shit so he could take it, enjoy ride? No, Junebug them got to be stopped. But I'm mad because they could have had been put some things in place so it would not have escalated this out of control, but they wanted it to so that they can do everything that they're getting ready to do. Okay. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.